Hi, I'm Brett Larkin, and this is a quick class called Hip Emergency. If your hips are really just feeling tight and sore and you are comfortable doing pigeon pose, I want you to join me for this class. If you're not so comfortable in pigeon pose, I will also give options. Let's head on down to the floor to get started. So the thing I like to do when I have a hip emergency is to come to all fours first, and then instead of doing traditional cat-cow, I'm just gonna make some circles with my hips. So it's kind of like I'm almost sitting back into child's pose, but I'm not. Instead, I'm circling the hips. So just try to connect in with your breath while you do this. Maybe close the eyes. And then take it around to the other side. Good. Good, and then I am going to come into a traditional up cat, so curl the toes under, splay the collarbones open, breathe in. Exhale, down cat round. Chin into chest, tailbone lengthens towards the space between your heels. 2 more like that. Flowing on your breath, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Good, inhale, arch. And this time I'll press back into downward facing dog. I'm gonna keep the knees deeply bent. I'm doing this a lot right now in my personal practice. Press the knuckles into the mat. Send your sits bones higher. Imagine you wanna lay your torso on your thigh bones. Get your knees as close to the ground as you can, so like you're coming into a squat. Bend the knees more and then take the hips higher. Good, slowly straighten the legs. Nice, inhale, take the right leg up and back. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Good, deep breath. Exhale, take the foot between the hands. I'm gonna cartwheel open into warrior 2. Good, big breath. Exhale completely. Good. Take the right arm forward to go back into reverse warrior. Good. And then exhale, side angle pose, little different. I'm gonna take the elbow to the knee to begin. Left arm reaches forward, but then pretty quickly I'm gonna drop the right hand and the left hand to the floor. I'm gonna heel toe the left foot in a little bit. I'm just gonna reach the arms forward. I'm gonna send the hip back. So it's like I'm doing down dog in my upper body here. My fingertips are on the floor, so I have those tented fingers. I'm pressing into the floor, and I'm sending my hips back in space. I'm looking for a stretch on the outer right hip. So if you're not feeling it, make sure your knee is bent 90 degrees over your ankle, and then send your hips energetically back as you do like down dog in the upper body with those tented like Spider-Man fingertips. Last breath. Good, and this may seem a little crazy. I want you to walk your hands to either side of the foot. Pop up onto that back left heel. Keep your left hand on the ground. Reach the right hand to the sky. From here, I want you to start pinning your right hip back in space. So really think of lowering your right hip energetically to the floor, even as the left leg and knee stay lifted, and roll the right knee or right hip back. Good. So I'm really energetically firing up this right hip to go back in space in this twist. Last breath. Good. Exhale. Hands to the inside of the foot. Whoop, I told you it was an emergency and it's crazy. I'm going to heel toe the right foot to the right, take the toes off the mat, heel on the mat for my lizard stretch. Some of you may want to stay up on the hands. Some of you may want to go down onto the elbows. Just be where is best for you. And you can rock from side to side. Good, now keep everything the way it is. Don't move a thing except for your upper body. I just want you to reach your arms as far away as you can possibly think of from the right foot and the right hip. So big reach. So it's kind of similar to the side angle stretch we did, but probably a little bit more intense. Press your right hip back energetically. And again, do you feel like you're doing down dog in the upper body with these hands? You're pressing them into the mat, you're rolling the shoulders back, and you're reaching like crazy as far away as you can from the right foot. So your torso is going the opposite direction of your knee. 4 more deep breaths here. So it's weird because it's like you're reaching as far away as possible from the right foot. So you're reaching all the way to the left, but at the same time, you're pressing your hands into the floor to draw the shoulders back. All right, let's take it back to center. Heel toe, that Right foot to the center of your mat, hands frame the foot, curl the back left toes under, kick it high, three-legged dog, bend the knees, stack the hips, and then let the knees touch. You're going to draw the right knee down so the left knee touches, even though the right knee's still bent, and just make some gentle circles here. So I'm just taking the knee in a circle as if I wanted to paint a circle on the right corner of the room. Good. Do that one or two more times. And then as you're ready, come to down dog, or if that was a lot for you, you can pop into child's pose for a quick rest. And I'll do that too, why not? So hold down dog or child's pose. Wherever you are, just begin to notice the difference between the right and left hip. Is there a difference? What's going on? Just tune in. Good. Activate through the biceps, curl the toes under, take it back into downward facing dog. And we'll do that whole thing on the left. So reach the left leg to the sky, bend the knees, stack the hips to begin. Good. So work on squaring the shoulders, left armpit down towards the floor, even though the left knee opens. Exhale, foot between the hands, cartwheel the arms up into your warrior two. Good. Take a breath there to ground in. And then reach forward to go back, reverse warrior. Exhale, elbow to knee, side angle. Right arm floats forward. We're here for only a moment. Good, and then exhale, we take left hand to the ground, right hand to the ground for our funky variation of reaching forward towards the upper corner of the room. Tented Spidey Man fingers. And then drawing the shoulders back, keeping that deep, deep bend in the front left knee, yearning the hips back in space. Good, 3 breaths. If you don't feel it, bend more into the front knee and then energetically think of widening your hips back. So to the left as your upper body is reaching to the right, pressing into the floor. Last breath. Good, walk your hands back to center, frame the foot. You're gonna pop that right heel up and then lift the left hand to the sky. Good. And now think of pinning the left hip back in space. So really think of dropping the left hip, but navigating it back in space. So left hip goes back, right hip goes forward. Really focus on that. Enjoy the twist. And I notice when I think of drawing my left hip back here, I do feel it in the hip. If I think of drawing the left hip back and dropping the left hip, I feel it. Last breath. Good, left hand to the inside of the left foot. Take the back knee to the mat, right knee to the mat, heel toe the left foot, open to the left, toes off the mat, heel on the mat, legs are at 45 degrees. Inhale, lizard pose. Stay up here on the hands if that's feeling good. If you want to come down onto the elbows, come on down. Here you always have the option of rocking from side to side or spinning to the outer edge of the foot. Good, and we'll take this a step further. I'm going to walk my hands all the way to the right, as far away as I can from the left hip without moving anything else. Deep, deep hip stretch on the left. Draw the shoulders down and back. Try to relax everything. Relax the face, relax the jaw. 3 more breaths here. This is really intense for me. I don't know if it is for you. If it's not, think of dropping the left knee open more to the left, reaching the hands farther away. Good, last breath. Good, and then walk the hands back to center, curl the toes under, kick the left leg high to the sky or heel toe the foot to the center of the mat and curl the toes under to kick the leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Good, and then we'll take those circles. So drop the left knee to meet the right knee and then take it up and open. So big circles. Two more. Good. And set the leg down as you're ready. Feel through your down dog. Hopefully the hips feel a little different already. Take the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, set the shin between, behind the palms for your pigeon pose. You can always do pigeon on your back, which I'll show in a minute if this isn't working for you. Inhale, get long. Find where you want the shin. Do you want it more parallel to the mat for a deeper stretch? Do you want it closer into the body for less of an intense stretch? Wherever you are, think of rolling the left hip forward. Again, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Good. And if you're doing this on your back, it looks like this. So same stretch, same benefits, just different configurations. Curl your back left toes under if you're in traditional pigeon on the floor. And with the left toes curled under, really work to drop the left hip more, and then release the toes. And just melt into your pigeon. And last 3 deep breaths. Relax your tongue, relax your jaw, relax your eyes. Good. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back up into a downward facing dog. Or if you're lying on the floor, just stay on the floor. If you're doing the letter 4 stretch on your back, and just switch to the other side. We'll do the same thing here. We'll lift the left leg to the sky. And then we'll exhale, set the shin behind the palms, flexing that left foot to protect the knee joint. Pressing into the floor to take our right hip forward and our left hip back. Inhaling, getting long. Exhaling, folding forward. Of course, if you're on your back, you've just switched the legs, so it now looks like this. Same pose, same benefits. If you're in the traditional pigeon variation, curl the right toes under this time. Lengthen the right knee off the mat, and then work to spin the right hip down towards the floor. So think of the right hip moving forward and down. And then release the foot and settle in here. So you can be on the elbows and forearms, or you can have forehead to the mat. Think of breathing into the left hip, expanding it with your in-breath. Exhale, dissolving any tension. Work to relax your forehead, relax the space between your eyebrows, relax your jaw. Relax your tongue, relax the soles of the feet. Last breath. And slowly press yourself up. This time, listen carefully. I want you to lean over to the left. Take the right leg in front of you. Good. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Arms forward. Plug the shoulders back. Lean back. Feel the belly engage. Good. And then imagine someone punched you right below your navel. Just begin to roll back one vertebra at a time. No rush. And then draw the knees into the chest. Let the head touch the earth. You can hold on to pinky toe sides of the feet for your happy baby. Or if you can't reach or that's not feasible, just hold on to the shins. Or just hold on to the thighs, right? So lots of options. Good. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Let's round this out with a really luxurious twist. Lengthen your tailbone towards the back of the mat, so maybe lift the hips slightly. And as you lift the hips slightly, now take the hips just an inch to the left. Wrap the left leg over the right and let both knees fall to the right. To make this more of a hip stretch, instead of just a twist, I'd suggest lengthening your knees towards the bottom of the mat. So it's sort of a looser twist instead of a more coiled twist. I find when I send my knees towards the bottom of the mat, so like my knees lengthen towards where my feet are, and so again, I'm less coiled, but then I feel the twist more in my hips. Arms are open into a cactus shape or T shape. And don't feel like you need to look anywhere particular with the head. I'm just looking straight up. Just let the neck be neutral. Last breath. And slowly come back to center. Unwind the legs, take the soles of the feet to the floor. Good. Lengthen the tailbone towards the back of the mat. Good. Lift the low back up, lengthen the tailbone, and then take the hips to the right, just an inch to the right. Wrap the right leg over the left and let the knees fall to the left. Arms stay in that cactus shape or T shape. Just hear the breath in the body and feel the body supported fully by the floor. Again, to make this more of a hip stretch, I've noticed that taking my hips a little bit towards the bottom of the mat, taking my knees a little more towards the bottom of the mat, so I'm less in a coiled twist. So I'll do that again. Usually my knees are up here. So if you're looking at the screen, my knees just glide down towards the bottom of the mat. So I'm just a little less twisted, but I still let the weight of the twist just open up the outside of the hip. It's subtle. Scan the body for hidden tension in the mouth, the jaw, the tongue. Notice if you're tensing the toes or the feet, let that go. Big breath. And slowly come back to center. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Lengthen the low back, so lift the low back up. Lengthen the tailbone towards the back of the mat. And then set the back down. Little Shavasana, straighten the legs. I'm going to take right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. Of course, you can have palms face up by your sides if you prefer. I'm also going to draw my shoulder blades down and back, so I'm pressing into my elbows so I can kind of arch my upper back, glide the shoulder blades down and back like a little envelope folding up underneath me, and then set my upper body back down. Just focus on receiving your breath here. Wiggle the toes, slowly draw One knee into the chest and then the other, always one knee at a time to protect your low back. Give yourself a squeeze. Good, and then rock and roll up to a seat. Just find any comfortable seat. Turn the palms face up. Index finger and thumb touch. Cultivate a nice long spine here. Feel the crown of head directly above your sits bones. Shoulders drawn down, drawn back. Breathe in. Exhale, send the collarbones back in space. Good, last breath, breathe in. Exhale, get taller. Good, breathe in. Exhale all the way. Gently bring the hands to prayer in front of the heart. I hope your hips feel like they're in a little bit less of an emergency. Thank you so much for practicing with me. As always, from my heart to yours, namaste. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Let me know how your hips are doing. And be sure to jump over to brettlarkin.com for my free Yoga for Abs class, my beginner yoga jumpstart, my incredible Always Be Stretching e-course in which I ship you my 5 favorite yoga props. I will see you in my next video.